What a day. Huge day. Weekly winners drops, the Mastiff drops, $1,000 draft entry, the NFL schedule drops. Let's go. Just pure excitement in the draft community today. We finally are starting to study some of these Week 17 matchups, sort of debate which ones are going to be the higher scoring games, what are the more favorable Week 17 matchups that we want to target. And we have some news that we're dropping on our end with a fellow partner of mine, a correlation engine for all of your drafts. This is the first sneak peek at it. So right here, this is all of my big board CSV teams, all 199 drafts pre-NFL draft. And basically, everything is organized, right? And what I like to use this for right now, the best thing is finding different combinations. So I'll pull up my Burrow teams and I'll pull up my Burrow and Chase squads. And I want to see what combinations I have right over here with Burrow and Chase. So 100% Burrow and Chase. It's 8 teams. On those teams, I have 50% Jalen Waddle. To me, that's an oversight. And it's something that I would have never found without this. It's just too much to track all of these teams. So I would not want 50% Jalen Waddle with all of my Burrow Chase teams. Of course, if it hits, sure, that's awesome. But one player, I'd rather get different combinations with the other players that are elite in that Waddle tier, the DKs, players such as that in that same range. So it'll be good for getting different and just keeping track of your drafts that you've done so far. It also identifies what sort of draft strategy you've done. Elite tight end, 0 RB. And as you can see, we were big 0 RB to start. This is more just organizing. Just organizing. So this is big news from us as well. So we keep an eye out for this. This is not available just yet, but soon it will be. All right, let's pull up the Week 17 matchups because this is just what. Let me know in the comments. What are your favorite Week 17 matchups? Are you a Week 16 bro? Are you a Week 17 bro? And if you're just joining us, go down, slap the like on the live stream, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you enjoy the content. And we're gonna get into a BBM 5 draft soon after this. Right now, it's difficult to really forecast which defenses are going to suck. Injuries happen in defensive secondaries all the time. It's really tough to forecast which defenses are going to suck. We can say with decent certainty which ones are going to be elite, but Derrick Henry last year, playing Houston twice in the playoffs. He gets Houston this year. It's just it's super funny. Although they were one of those defenses that I think actually outperformed their preseason rating on defense. So that's a pretty good example right there. But the Baltimore Houston matchup does catch my eye. Just all in total, I thought Pittsburgh Steelers actually had a pretty easy schedule. And then I have one more. This was a tweet put out by James Palmer. And this is just strength of schedule right now. Obviously, this stuff changes. But just to get some sort of data, some sort of projection on these teams, I think is at least worth looking at. So the Cleveland Browns with the toughest schedule. Not what you want to see for your Njokus, all right? You'll get there. It's fine. Ravens, Steelers, Texans, Packers, Giants, Bills, Jags. And then going down to the easiest, Falcons, Saints, Bears, Panthers, Chargers, Bucks. Seeing a lot of these late QB options. Like, maybe those 3 late QB teams are more exciting than we originally thought. So we are going to try our best to get a Week 17 correlated team. That is tonight's goal. And we'll be digging further into strength of schedule and stuff like this as well. Man, we got some more big news that we haven't dropped yet. You guys aren't ready for it, but you guys are ready for a draft, and we're waiting on 2 people. Tipped off the YouTube memberships, tipped off the Patreon members. Appreciate you guys. BBM5. This is draft number 9 for us. We did hold out basically on the majority of our BBM drafts. We really used the puppy to scratch the itch there. We get the 12 spot. This will be fun. We'll be able to go ahead and go and get our guys. If you guys are interested in the CSB ranks, which I'm updating every single week on Sunday, any tier of the Patreon or the Maxer on YouTube memberships, also comes with the draft guide, updated every 20% fill rate of BBM 5. And it's good for all contests. But yeah, we have to get into the weekly winners. There's just so much EV to be had. And we want it all. Frank gets rewarded. Frank gets the 1 spot. Logan here at the 6. I don't think I recognize anyone else. Did we just luck out? Is anyone else in this draft with us? Or is there really only 3 pounders out of the 12? Shout out to Ty. We're going to be hopping on with Tyler tomorrow in his stream. Bindle's had an emergency come up. Not sure what happened, but hope everything's good with Bindies. He's going to be streaming later tonight. I just couldn't do the late window tonight. So we did make an emergency thumbnail, an emergency stream, drop some news, and now we're going at it. All right, let's make this bigger here. That looks good. Yeah, please. Logan, you're tough enough to deal with. Frank, thank God you're on the other side of the board. I feel like Frank or Logan's always right next to me. Logan goes off the CSV. So it's very fun to see his teams. And I usually always love them. It makes sense why. Monrad 2 getting a little different, perhaps. Because he doesn't fall to 23. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff that I'm not doing that yet. I'm not that bored yet. Where we're pulling a Monrad to the 2 spot just to get different this early in the offseason when, these picks are going to fluctuate. 23 to all these. They're going to fluctuate. Now, in a smaller contest that fills maybe in a week or 2, it's still kind of crazy. Amon Ra 2. CD Lamb goes at 4. I really hope that there is just a shit ton of CD Lamb holding out news. Like, I want all of the CD Lamb at 4 and later, in 3 and 2. All of it. Is there a realm? Is there a possibility that Jerry Jones doesn't pay this man? They have no one. They put them in a situation that they have to. So I'm not overly worried about that situation. Let's do our double click here in the back with Garrett Wilson and Drake London to start. Shout out to Griffin. Welcome to the live stream, man. An attempt at the Amon-Ra St. Brown Debo is my best guess. And that's possible. That is possible. Already thinking week 17, but you could just get the Amon-Ra St. Brown Ayuk. Like, I don't know. It's oh God. We're in a different world already. We are already in the week 17 world. All right. Now let me pull up because Jets play Buffalo week 17. So is there a chance that we get Josh Allen at 36? There is. And that would be ideal. So right now, what I do, I go over to my, is it here? Yeah, I'm going, oh man. All right, so I'll have to, I can do it. I can still do it. We'll go Josh Allen. I want to see if we have any Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson stacks. Ooh, we do from the big board. Let's go. A hero running back build and a zero running back build. Allen Lawrence, that's strong. Gibbs, Stevenson, Brian. Oh yeah, this is good. Elliott at 203. Wilson, Diggs. No Buffalo receivers, which is fine on this one. So yeah, this correlation system that my partner created is so sick. It's so sick. You just get to instantly go in, and we're gonna have this playoff stacks. This is gonna work in the short future, and that is gonna be it'll be even easier to see what teams you have. Sorry, here, let's put it like this so you can see it. Does this one have another no buff? No buff. Just a naked Josh Allen, but with Garrett Wilson bring back. Those are still really, really fun. That's cool to see. Shock saying, what tool is that? The website is coming, my friend. The website is coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. And the Patreon members, as well as the YouTube membership, is going to try to get a special deal for you guys as well, because we appreciate that support. Mike Evans at 22. Look at this piss stream from 18 to 23. Double RB start for the Pickle Rick. I like that. Pickler Ick. Pickle Rick. That's the best. That's a solid underdog name. If it didn't have the numbers though, just Pickle Rick, the original. Arizona Rams look so fun. I agree. Artie, welcome to the live stream, man. I'm ready to see those bet slips on Chicago. I am ready to see those bet slips, my friend. Have you done any betting on Chicago yet, Art? Did you fill out a slip for an undefeated season yet? There it is. Right there. The ice. You guys heard the ice. You don't have to pay extra for that. It's free on this stream. 7 picks away. Just give us the week 17, Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson, easy game, BBM 5 in the books. That's it. That's what it's all about. Who's Atlanta play? Atlanta plays Washington. So we could look for some sort of Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson Jr., Jaden Daniels, or Kirk. We can do something fun with this. Yes. Put 5 down on for me. I'll Venmo you. Put 5 on it for me. Yeah, ATL Washington. That one does look. That sounds fun to me. Yeah, there's some low-key really, really interesting games here. Pittsburgh versus KC. Pittsburgh, I saw, actually had a relatively easy schedule to at least start the season. All right, I'm doing some cheating. I'm looking at my notes here. Okay, give us Achane at... Oh my God! Achane goes at 35. Fucking guy's eating his veggies. Fucking veggie man. Oh. All right, we have to go Henry here, but I'm not recovered yet. I am not recovered. Baltimore's playing Houston. We could go Tank Dell here, but I find it really tough to to do that. Who's Cincy got? Cincy has Denver. Oh my God, I thought we were just getting Achane at 36. I have him as a faller. Like, I don't have him at ADP. But, like, even then, like, I think we have him at 25 or 26. 35. That's crazy. This guy reached on both picks. Like, just go reach for someone. You weren't built to be a spoon. You were built to go get your guys. This was lame. Lame click. Hey, hit him with the gritty. What's up, brother? Josh Allen, Mike Williams, week 17, please. One time. Good shout. A little 3 RB with the running back. Nothing crazy. Nothing to see here in the 10 spot. Nothing to look at. Oh my. Okay. It is already getting This room is. Am I just going to be drafting all night? I might just draft all night. This room is awesome. Now, if only we had the 11 spot. But yeah, hey, it's at least fun to see. The sweat was real on that. ETN at 43. Where's he? Yeah, 5 picks after ADP. I like that scoop, bro. Especially after starting 3 receivers to get ETN. DJ Moore fell a few picks, which is trending that direction. Jalen Hurts, this might have been an auto click, and it was at pick 44. Is this guy everything after ADP? Nope, this one wasn't. Damn, boy. Jalen Hurts at 44 looks good, too. Jalen Hurts at 44 looks good. CJ Stroud at 39, like not correlated with 3 running backs, is like this. That just completely put me in a blunder. Like, it's not correlated. Week 17 is against Baltimore, 16 is against KC, and even week 15 is against Miami. So just no one knows. He's just out here living, and we're not going to stop him. We're not going to stop him. Little Andrews Lamar pairing for Dav. NFC East playoffs is nice for possible shootouts. Kelsey Mahomes, week 17, smash against Pitt. I think it's all going to depend on if that game matters for home field advantage, and it should. They should still be playing week 17 with a purpose, unless they take a crazy lead. But on the division, but the NFL is so good. I feel like they're so good now at making these games at the end of the season matter. Amari Cooper, dude, this team, Big Blue is straight streaming right now. 5 in a row. Neighbors, Dell, Amari Cooper, Brandon Ayuk, and AJ Brown brings to 7. Keenan Allen, Zay Flowers, so catching up at receiver here. This is going to be an interesting to watch. An interesting team to watch, right? I mean, like, he's going to have to go receiver. And at 80, you're hoping like Deontay Johnson, Hopkins is there. There goes the Terry click. Give us Kyle Pitts. One time. Would have been nice to go Pitts, Terry McLaurin. That would have been the dream. All right, we get Pitts here. I'm not overly against bringing in Joe Mixon. You get Baltimore. You have both running backs in the game. It's slightly negatively correlated from a game script perspective. Seattle. Who does Seattle have? Seattle has Chicago. I like that, too, for Kenneth Walker, to be honest. Gonna bring in Joe Mix, I think, anyways. Even just as an advance rate play. It's Mixon or K-Walk. Cincy. Denver. Looking for like the week 16 stuff. I'm going to have something out that makes this all so much simpler too. All right, this is how we're starting it. Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, T. Higgs, and Kyle Pitts. We are officially zen. We are balanced, my friends. We are balanced. Easily correlated QBs later in drafts with Rodgers and Captain Kirk. We can even go Joe Burr if he falls back to us at 80, 84. So he'd have to get by the Chase team. Does the Chase team have a QB? The Chase team does have a QB. So if he passes on him here at 77, he's very likely to come back. We saw that a lot last year when Joe Burrow was going in like this range, in like 33, 34. People were just pulling him to 23, 26 with T. Higgs and Chase. But the smart ones were joining our streams and waiting for Joe Burrow to follow you at 46, 47, 48. And it happened quite a bit in our streams. So we'll see. We'll see if Burrow makes it back. There's no way K-Walk's going to be there. That is for sure. Patriots have, is it the Chargers? I got to make flashcards here. Got to make flashcards. I just realized that's on the screen. Got to look at records too, maybe also. So my worry for Kelsey, it's not like I think he's done playing football. My worry is his usage towards the end of the season. Will KC try to give him more rest for the playoff run that they're inevitably going to try to make? That's my concern for Kelsey this year. That's it. Sure, there is the age block and maybe another year of falling off. There's always the potential for that, and you always want to get ahead of that too. So that baked in with the potential that we see a downtick towards the end of the season where we want him the most. Sure, he can get there in limited reps, 100%, and he's a player that could hurt you. Now, last year I was at 2% Kelsey. I was willing to take that risk at pick 6. I agree that risk is higher based on where his ADP is now. Might be doubling down. We might be doubling down on the fade Kelsey this year. Yeah. I will say that the Rice suspension does make me lean towards Kelsey being a better click now than he was just a few weeks ago before the accident. Adam says, I love Lab, but over Odunze is wild. We're there. We are there. Odunze falls to 77 in this one. That is closer to our ranks versus his starting ADP. Let me actually pull up the Google. Let me pull up that Google sheet. Let's get the CSV out here. Just have a peek, you know? Where do we have Odunes? We have him at 76, so we went at 77 here. Ruthless. The rankings are ruthless. Tell the truth. Oh my pickle. God damn. He went from reaching on every click to just being a massive spoon. And Ferguson goes, would have easily clicked Fergie Dak there and just went with some sort of weird build. I don't mind touching it running back with Najee here. It's going to be, let me see if we can get, what's Tennessee? Tennessee is playing Jacksonville. Interesting. And then you have Pittsburgh against KC, right? So I'm cool with Naj. There's no real minis that I want to bring in here. It might just be JSN here. Seattle has Chicago. Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay. We're going to go Deontay Johnson. Both fell after ADP. We'll bring in Deontay Johnson here. Carolina getting Tampa Bay, Arizona, Dallas in the playoffs. Seems fun. Let's see what our next pick is going to be. 108, 109. We're so close. Like, the 12 spot is so unforgiving. You just have to basically take what the room gives you. Of course, you're reaching up, you're getting your guys because you have to. But my God, it's so rewarding when values fall to you. But then when your guy goes like right before, or like that 11 spot is a massive spoon and they just scoop all the value, it can be pain. It can be pain, without a doubt. We just want to scoop. That's it. JSN goes off at 88 after D-Hop. I agree with that. James Conner off the board at 89. Okay. Buffalo Rams. Jets versus the Rams in week 16. I'm going to be on that. I'm going to be on that draft simulator all night looking at my week 17 correlated teams that I lucked into in the big board. This is what I'm going to be doing all night, checking like my Josh Allen Buffalo versus like Garrett Wilson and the Jets. This is going to take up a lot of my time tonight. Finding those crazy matchups, and you'll be able to find them so quick. Those teams that are just nutted, and then you can just change the name of them and just be on with your life so much quicker, so much happier. But the edge of also being able to find out where you are consistently making the same click, and maybe unknowingly with different pairings, where maybe you don't want to be that heavy on that one player. Just to be able to identify that so fast, I think is a freaking huge edge. It's big in dailies. It's also big in season long. So Raheem Mostert, Zach Moss, Jonathan Brooks. Max says, I need that tool. It's coming, fellas. It's coming. Denver, Cincy, week 17. Troy Franklin goes wild from the bench. He's just got his towel, rooting his teammates on. I agree. Just, all right, I had to. Denver's going to be an interesting one. Denver's going to be an interesting team to keep an eye out on. It's a team that is obviously priced very cheaply, but they should be. They can outperform ADP, which we know. I've never really liked the Sutton click where he goes, just because of him being, in my opinion, very touchdown dependent. And I just think there are higher upside clicks surrounding him. Troy Franklin, we'll see. Like, the stuff from camp that they're showing is just, it's cringe. It's like, oh, he made a toe dragging catch. Like, Pete, if anyone saw the Pete little snippet minute video, it's so accurate though. Like, the jokes on just training camp and some of the buzz that the rookies get. It's like toe dragging. He's playing against the cone. Like, it's just a little early right now. But his ADP, I agree, it's in a spot where, see, the problem is, like, I'm clicking Roman Wilson still. I'm clicking Jermaine Burton still. Polk, Franklin, like, I'll mix those two in at the same rate. But, like, Javon Baker late at 184. So there's some rookies that I like better right now that I'm drafting heavily to get ahead of ADP and get the closing line value. Then I'll draft Troy Franklin with all the other guys that are drafting Troy Franklin at the same price. So who I like depends on the day. God damn it. Fucking This man. He brings in Jaden Daniels. All right. One of them is going to be Mike Williams, and probably the second one's going to be Tyler Lockett or Devin Singletary. It's not going to be Singletary as much as, like, we have him ranked very high, and I know a lot of people have scooped already a decent amount of closing line value on him that are pounders. And he's going to continue to rise. I feel like I need a double tap receiver here. If we double tap receiver here, we can come back around. We can draft Kirk and probably a running back in that spot and or a tight end if we want. So let's do that. And this is why the Deontay Johnson click now makes sense, because of this range of players that I was planning on hitting on that are spike week guys that can disappear for multiple weeks, or if you're Mike Williams, get hurt week 2 and miss the rest of the season. Hopefully it goes back to the old Mike Williams where he would only miss, 3 games here, 2 games there, 2 games there. And then the rest of those games were just 19-point spike weeks and half-point PPR. Oh, God. Oh, God. Adam brings up a good point, though. If we're targeting the matchup of Buffalo versus the Jets, finding that correlation piece, that bring back piece, and we'll talk a lot more about stacks, double stacks, and bring backs, which offenses it makes sense to double stack. When are you single stacking? When are you just saying F it from one side? Like if you have Lamar or Jalen Hurts. Even Josh Allen is a QB. Surprisingly, he gets there more often than not by spreading the ball and then using his legs. He had those weeks that, sure, he made Diggs a wide receiver 1. A lot of those weeks were early in the season, though. Omega says Texans, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Saturday, December 21st. This is a concern for me so far. I don't know. Texans, Ravens, to me, sounds very fun. Sounds very fun. Sounds like there is potential for shootout. Chase Brown off the board at 114. Yeah, we're seeing Sutton fall here. Like you would think everyone is in the live stream right after I talk shit about Sutton. I assure you they are not. All right, so 134, this should work out very nice. At 132, we have the double stack. Hopefully it just falls to us. We don't have to beg. Don't make me beg. And then do we have to go Rodgers there or do we push him? 148. We can push him to 156 pretty easily. But which team is most likely to snipe him? The Breece Hall team. He has Stroud. The Mike Williams team, which is us. So we have Mike Williams and Garrett Wilson. So after that, it's Breece Hall. It's someone that maybe is behind on QB, but I don't see the room being pushed in a direction where, someone already has 3 quarterbacks or someone, is doing something stupid. So where everyone's balanced, I'm going to risk it and push it. It is what it is. It's the right thing to do, in my opinion. Even if it doesn't work. Our double tap will look something like this right now. Let's see if Shaheed falls to us. Who does New Orleans have week 17? New Orleans has Vegas. Nice. Nice. I feel like that could be a sneaky game. In New Orleans. Giants have Indy. That's another one that could be sneaky too. Carolina, Tampa Bay. Shaheed off the board. Corum off the board. Let's see how Logan's team looks so far. Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, DJ Moore, Travis Etienne, Jaden Reed, Aaron Jones, Jordan Love, J-Mo, B-Rob, Palmer, and Blake Corum. Very balanced team. Likely going to go 3 tight ends at this point for him. All right, everyone's catching up at other positions in round 11. Jerry Jeudy off the board at 128. Oh, God. Dude, honestly, this is even more so why I like Josh Downs and Pittman, is because they have this backup behind them that can perform just in case there is an injury to their rushing QB and A-Rich. At least you have a little more certainty that those picks aren't like really going to be downgraded in any way. Leggett off the board. Leggett could have been fun for our team too. So we're going Cousins over Goff. It feels so like that feels bad, but we have to do it. And then we peak. Now we have a peak here. Washington versus Atlanta. Do we bring in the Dotson bring back, or do we try to get like Ben Sinnott? Although I hate the price. We could try to bring in McCaffrey as well, which would be fine. I'm good with these 3 running backs. This is going to be a 5 running back build. We're going to need 3 QBs. Which is fine. Myers it is. Don't twist my arm. If we bring in a late Corley, this team is done. That's the way I see it. So hopefully we can grab Rodgers on the way back around 6 picks after ADP. We're going to go Corley with our pick 180, hopefully. Oof. He falls in like a middle round pick. So we'd have to bring him in at probably 157 if we want it. That's not the worst thing in the world. He's probably trending in a positive direction anyways with ADP. So I'm not completely opposed to doing that. Let's see who's available of these 3 players. And then maybe we do a running back. We could add Geno Smith to our player pool. We wouldn't go him with our next 2. But if he falls, we have the Lockett correlation as well. And Seattle is playing Chicago. We're not going to have correlation unless we get like a late Rashawn. And that is highly possible. And one of our late targets that we've been clicking a lot as of late. But again, we've only done 8 of these BBMs. So I'm glad we click Myers there, sort of getting a little higher exposure to someone that I like, and we get him 12 picks after ADP. So I know he is. He is. It's more fun. But this will be interesting. I really think that we can live a little by stopping at 2 tight ends with like Pitts and Henry. I find it so difficult to bring in Sinnott before Henry's off the board. And Henry goes a full round later. If you guys saw my tweet, like that's real feels. Those are real feels. Burton at 160, he's getting a lot of positive camp buzz. You're going to see him shoot up the board even more. Burton, Roman Wilson, Malik Washington even. Some of these, Javon Baker, a lot of these late round receivers were some of our biggest hits in the big board. Darnell Mooney when he was a free agent. All right, a couple RBs in a row here for Frank, bringing in Kendre and Marshawn Lloyd. Let's check the rest of the team. CMC, Diggs, Waddle, Kelsey, Christian Watson, Ladd, Coleman. I like what he did here. So he's building around Christian McCaffrey, brings in 5 receivers and Kelsey. Goes double elite tight end with Njoku. He's right in that fringe, in my opinion. But Brock and Justin Herbert brings in 2 QBs and then 3 running backs. So a very nice build pattern from Frank here. I think he's like hitting the value pockets really well. Should have a set amount of touches with Tajay. We'll see if Kendre can work in a bigger role this year. We're uncertain what Marshawn Lloyd's role is going to be with the 3-headed running back in Green Bay. But I like what he's doing there with that build. We're 5 picks away. Like, Does anyone really? Do you guys want Rodgers that bad? Someone could auto draft him. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Burrow. Jesus Christ. All right. We're still bringing in the little mini here, though. We're still getting a mini stack. You got to find small wins, boys. You got to find small wins. Did Henry go too? No, Henry didn't go. I think we have to do this. We have to push QB. This is going to be a gross one. This is going to be a gross one. We have to check out the... Let's go Hunter Henry here first, because this is the more important click in my opinion, because we could stop at two tight ends. Where's the Metcalf team? Metcalf's here. Logan, he doesn't have a QB, bro. He has Love. I think that pushes Geno ahead for me in this spot. We're going to need 3 QBs anyways, and he's almost certain to take a QB there. We have to go Geno because of that. This guy changed the room here. But we have to adjust. Can't just sit here and soap. Have to adjust. We're good at RB. Like, we could lean into this group. I'm okay with leaning into 4 with this group, but I would like 5. Logan goes, no. So he's going Geno Smith because he has to. And knowing that, we have to adjust, especially if we want our team to be semi-correlated. Now, if we do bring in like a Rashawn Johnson with our next pick or Khalil Herbert, maybe someone's here, maybe someone's not here during the year. But maybe we get that little Seattle stack and then bring back with the Chicago matchup. Could go Bryce and Minshew. Bryce is probably going to be my next target with Deontay Johnson. Don't have a bring back with Tampa Bay. Las Vegas has who? Las Vegas has New Orleans. We're not going to have correlation with that either. Sure, you could bring in like tight ends and shit, but I think we have to stop it too. We'll take a peek at our team. But 5 running backs, in my opinion, we're stopping at. So 2 more. 2 more go to RB. 1 more goes to QB. And then 1 more goes to receiver. McMillan late is definitely a good option. Shh. Definitely a good option. Because we're not bringing in Kate Otten. It would have just been so much easier. Just like give us Rodgers and our double stack. We bring in Corley. Maybe we even get Conklin at 180, 2 picks after ADP. But the badgeless are back. They're like zombie. It's like The Walking Dead. The badgeless. It's crazy. It's crazy. Frank, what is your Vidal exposure, my friend? What is your Vidal exposure? Yeah, can Pickle Rick, if you could join the draft, sir, I will help guide you to a 3rd place finish. I promise. Marvin Mims, Chuba off the board at 170. Jermaine Burton goes to Logan. Dude, Logan also gets Cole Kmet at 150. Pat Fry falls to 151. Here's the thing with Pat Fry, right? Who else is catching the ball in this offense? Who? He can only target Pickens so much. Even if he has 12 targets. Who else is getting the targets? Roman Wilson? Pat Fry? Even if they're splitting like a good amount of the... like, you can give Pickens 16 targets a game. I don't care. There's so much room for a number 2 in that offense. And no one knows who it is yet, so I just feel like that seems like an exploitable spot on Pittsburgh. Who's going to be Who's going to be the number 2 in this offense? And based on price, like Freiermuth is low risk in my opinion. At like 141, he went at what? Yeah, 142. He went at like 151 this draft. But if you guys just join us, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're going to do a 24-hour live stream when we hit 2K subs before NFL kickoff. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Add one more to the list. Rashawn does go off the board at 171. The badgeless rooms are always the toughest. It's always like you either make out super well with the like great value picks and that, and we were close. We were close with Achan falling to 35. This one, it'll be fun. I do want a late Bryce Young. We could also go Derek Carr, right? We can go Derek Carr with A.T. Perry. It's thin, but we have the bring back with Jacoby Myers. It's at least worth noting. Oh my God. Corley and Tyler Lockett are still on the board. Who is Pickle Rick selecting? Who's he drafting? He brings in Likely as his tight end 1. He has zero correlation with Rodgers as his third QB. My head is going to explode. My head is going to explode. We should just double tap this just to punish him. Just to punish him, just to teach him. All right, we can't do that. I want to. We can't. Antonio Gibson isn't a bad click here. We can get a little New England mini. Let's go Javon Baker first, because now Drake May becomes an option for us, although not the most sexy. Oh, people want the vengeance. People want the vengeance. We back into a really nice New England triple here, though. And then New England has the Chargers. Not like we have any correlation there, but yeah, this is the move. Pickle Dick. This is accurate. I agree with Al Bugs there. That's more accurate. We should someone email Underdog. They have to change his name. They have to change his name. This just opens up another QB combo for us too, in case we get sniped on Bryce Young for whatever reason. It's always when you want that late QB that like no one usually ever wants, that all of a sudden he's reached on 10 picks before ADP. You're like, should have saw that one coming. Yeah, this dude just went Fant instead of Conklin, which I agree. Like Fant, great pick, but probably after you bring in Conklin. Oh, God. Oh, dear. How many points does Rodgers score? It's obviously hard to tell, but he probably gets in there, once or twice for a difference of like 10 or 12 total points, maybe. Because you have to take the difference of the other QBs, what they scored, and then the positive of what Rodgers scored. It's not just like, oh, he scored 56 points for me. He plugged in twice, and he scored 3 more points than Josh Allen did one week, and 2 more points the other week. Here it is. It's happening. It's actually happening. Oh, God, the run at QB is scaring me. Dude, in Minshew we trust, boys. In Minshew we trust. That's why. That's the true reason we have Myers here. Oh my God. Dude, like Deshaun Watson becomes an option for us if he comes back. Deshaun Watson. So he brings in with what? With just Shaheed? He's correlating Derek Carr with just Shaheed. Maybe he's going to plan for a late A.T. Perry stack too. I'm not done dissecting this, Underdog. Please stop clicking me off. Brain bust. Just completely. Yeah, Frank says, F you guys. I'm taking him in the 17th round. Nothing to see here. All right. I know for certain one of these QBs are coming back. One of them are coming back. And are they in order? Like, probably. Like, if we get Deshaun Watson at 204, like, I think we just have to click him. I think you just close your eyes and you click him. We have our Atlanta correlation double stack. That's going to be our main sexy target. We don't have a bring back, which is fine. This team still needs to advance. So, like, you have to think, like, 2 out of 12 advance. With Kirk Cousins and Geno, it's probably not enough. Although Geno could be pretty good, pretty decent value QB if he starts the whole year. Garrett Wilson, London, Higgins, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, Myers, and Javon Baker. Like, very comfortable here. Pickle Rick gets a little bit of his own medicine. Corley goes off the board at 199. It's also like the 4th time he could have taken him for a little correlation with Rodgers. But a little redemption for the boys here. Big Blue. Knew you wouldn't fail us. Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, Seattle Mega Stacks. Let's go. Dude. Someone click Deshaun Watson. What is happening? We're just going to go Deshaun Watson. That's it. We were gifted Deshaun Watson at 204, uncorrelated. I don't care. I don't care. I can't pass on him. It's too late. They got Miami week 17, Cincinnati week 16. I'm over here trying to find a skinny stack in week 16. Got it. We got it. We got it, boys. We justified the click. The Deshaun Watson T. Higgs stack, week 16, exactly what you need. Can I get an hell yes? Can I get a hell yes? All right. Now I bring in Donta Foreman. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm cool with Tank Bigsby. I'm cool with Tank Bigsby here. That's what it's going to be. That's a team. No, I didn't need another receiver. I just don't care that much to grab Elijah Moore here. If it was fringe, if we had a luxury pick and it was between receiver or running back, sure, but this luxury pick, it wasn't even a luxury pick. It had to be a running back, and if not, tight end's probably our second weakest on this team. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Dudes, like Deshaun Watson, 40 picks after ADP, after people were reaching on QBs, including us because we had to. Yeah, that's a little bit of closing line value there for the boys. I know the CLV boys are going crazy right now. After ADP on Henry, after ADP on Mixon. Harris at 84. We had to reach up a little bit for him. We got Gibson at 181. After that, though, it was pretty tough sledding. We got a little slide on Myers. And then we finally take out the big spoon for this one. We took out the wooden spoon. You know, make a real good soup with it. We took out the big wooden spoon. That was a crazy 40 pick scoop. Little Jelani Woods pick here for the pickle. I don't mind it, but like you have fucking Joe Burrow, like Mike Gesicki staring. I can't. I have to exit. I'm getting worse at drafting right now just by watching. This is so close. It was so close. I agree. I agree that is very close. If I didn't have two other correlated QBs, who knows? It's a tough call. Drake May is still falling. He's someone that's not being drafted right now. So when you have the chance to get Deshaun Watson, who's being taken in every draft in the 19th round, 19th, 20th, like we could have clicked him twice, or the second pick, putting him in the 20th. But all right, let's take a peek at Frank's team in the one spot, 2-6-8-2 with Purdy and Herbert. Pretty nice combo there. Kelsey and Njoku, very strong. CMC, Tajay Spears, Kendre Miller, going and getting his guys. Lloyd, Vidal, and Pierce. Maybe a little light at RB. But it's a hero running back build revolving around CMC. So the room's never gonna be weak. Diggs, Waddle, Kirk, McConkey, Coleman, Mims, A.T. Perry, and Tolbert. Bringing in the Tolbert click. I don't mind it right now. I think we still have a little bit of time before we really hammer the Tolbert in really high exposure, like 20% plus, just because is there still time that Dallas makes some move for a receiver? It wouldn't be overly surprising. But I like this group. You're leaning into some of the early rookies. You have Kirk, who should be very solid as a floor option all year and have his spike weeks as well. And then you pair him with someone late like Mims, that's a spike week guy. Waddle, really good floor. McConkey, I mean, we're picking him at 72, right? So there's not a lot of people in this offense. We'll see if he can be like a discount. He's expected to be the discount Keenan Allen, basically. Like that's how we're drafting him at 70.2 ADP. And it's pretty wild. I can see him rising, but it's expensive. It's expensive. There's no room for margin for failure. And it's just sort of like the JSN click last year, except JSN actually had target competition around him, which is why we were severely off of him. Lad McConkey doesn't. So I find it tough to not have 8% Lad right now. But I do agree it's getting expensive. It's slowed down a lot though. Love and Bryce Young. So Logan, I get sniped. The domino effect. Logan gets sniped by us on Geno. Jordan Love and Bryce Young really leaning into Love being a good pick based on ADP, and then Bryce Young outperforming ADP, which is fine. I'm okay with leaning into two QBs in the right circumstances. And I wouldn't do it all the time, but here and there, if you hit on Bryce Young and he has a better year two, and they actually, maybe run some more plays on offense this year, it could be beneficial. Cole Kmet, Sanders, and Mayer. Maybe a little on the weaker end on tight end. ETN, Aaron Jones, B-Rob, Corum, Charbonnet, and Herbert. I like the running back group. Can you stop with just 5 here? ETN, Aaron Jones, B-Rob is a lot of touches. Blake Corum, if it hits, Zach Charbonnet, if he's a change of pace back, I don't think you need more touches than that. So I'm almost willing to stop here at 5 and then maybe get my second or third tight end earlier than Sanders. But let's have a peek at the receivers. Jefferson, DK, DJ Moore, Reed, J-Mo, Palmer, and Burton. I like where he stopped here at receiver. That seems like the right amount of capital. 6, 19, 30, 54, 91, 115. That's a good amount of capital there. And then bringing in Burton, who we think is going to be a riser. Maybe bringing in your second tight end just a little earlier, but correlated. So it's a nice draft. Let's see who's Green Bay got. So this is how we're going to learn the matchups. Green Bay has Minnesota. Did we have? Yeah, we have the Jefferson. Okay, here we go. Little Carolina stack with the Jefferson bring back. Let's go. And then the other one is Green Bay. And Green Bay No, Green Bay has Minnesota. Who's Carolina have? Carolina has Tampa Bay. That's right. Carolina has Tampa Bay. But he has both. He has Green Bay stacked with the bring back. Nice draft by Logue. Dude, that red badge must be coming any day. I feel like Logan's been grinding these streets. That red badge must be on the way. We ended up with Kirk Cousins, Geno, and Watson, Henry, Mixon, Harris. A lot of touches. We bring in another floor guy with Gibson, and then Tank Bigsby, who obviously has the upside as the handcuff. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, T. Higgs, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, Myers, and Javon Baker. So like spike week guy, floor. Should be relatively high floor for both of these guys and high ceiling. T. Higgs too, but like Mike Williams could disappear for weeks. Same thing with Lockett. Myers, high floor, should have some spike weeks as well. So this was, we definitely shot for the ceiling at receiver here. And then Pitts, Henry is a good combo, in my opinion. This is maybe, it's in the green for me for like fringe. I'm good with stopping here with 2 tight ends. Now, if you get to Pitts with like likely, like I'd probably be bringing in a third there. But I think we did pretty good with the balance here. Deshaun Watson, this is going to be the pick that maybe there's some disagreement on. People wanting Drake May with the triple stack that we have with Javon Baker, Henry, and Antonio Gibson, and Drake May with Geno and Kirk scares me just a little bit with the uncertainty of when's Drake May going to play football? Is it going to be week 3? Awesome. Like if we knew that information right now, I'd be bringing in Drake May over Deshaun Watson, 41 picks after ADP. But it could be week 6, it could be week 7, week 8. I don't think it'd be much later than week 6, to be honest, just based on the capital they spent on him. Do you want to start developing this guy? But guys, my God, we're so back. NFL schedule is here. Everyone's already galaxy braining. Don't galaxy brain too much. Trust me, there's such thing. Scoop the value when it makes sense. Advance as many teams as possible. Make the right click that is going to give your team the best chance to advance. Stacking is very important, but without getting there, it doesn't matter. So appreciate you guys coming out tonight. If you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream, slap the like on the way out. Hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 2K subscribers so we can get that 24-hour live stream underway. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great night, Pounders.